The next tool that we're going to use once we're done adjusting our levels, our brightness, our colors is going to be the clone stamp tool and the healing brush tool. What this does in our image, it allows us to remove objects that we believe are taking away from our composition and taking away from the photo in general. So you can edit little parts of the image. Now, if you want to remove these, you can't just erase them because erasing them will just leave a big white mark. So what you have to do is you have to copy another texture in the image and overlay it on top of what you're trying to remove. So for my example, I'm going to try to get rid of these trees over here because I think they're kind of ruining this hill. I want this hill to be mostly green. I go to the left side of my screen here, see my clone stamp tool. I'm going to click that, and I'm going to go over here, and if I just go ahead and click, I'm going to get an error because I need to have an alt click to define a source point. I have to choose a texture that I want to copy. If I need to change my brush size, I go up here in the top left and I can adjust my brush size right here. Now I want my brush size to be a little bigger than what I'm removing. So I'm going to do 139. So then I'll hold down Alt and I'll copy the texture I want. So I want it to look like this hill right here. So I'll click right here. Now I've got that texture. I can start painting over some of these trees. As I'm moving across this, I want to keep re-cloning different areas so that way it looks more natural. I'm holding Alt to reclone something. You can see my icon changing. And now it looks like the trees were never there because I copied that hill texture and covered up those trees. Now the healing brush tool does a similar thing. It's this bandage over here. All I need to do is I can click and I can drag over objects and I'll try to heal that part of the picture by copying that texture over. This is another way to do this. This takes some time to play with, to master it, and you want to make sure that it still looks realistic. So you have to be careful with not overdoing it or removing an object that's too large.